Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday and happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Thank you for listening in to my YouTube channel, She's Thirsty, also Thirsty Chick Chronicles. I'm the founder of She's Thirsty, which is a movement towards a life in Jesus, taking the natural thirst to the spiritual thirst and showing us what we really need to be thirsty for. So that is what this channel is. But today, I will be talking about how to deal with your enemies. And I'm going to do it from a biblical standpoint. So, yeah. Many of us, we go to work or we live with family or we deal with people every day that may not like us, that may not, they clearly don't like us. They make our life really a living hell, or we find it hard to deal with difficult people. So that, this is for anybody that's dealing with that. Difficult people, difficult family members, people that don't like them for whatever reason or whatever. That's why I just say how to deal with your enemies. Those people become like an enemy to you, because if someone isn't for you and they're constantly doing things to attack you purposely, then that is how they become your enemy. An enemy is nothing less than a person who's just not for you or against you or just doesn't like you for whatever reason. And how to deal with people that don't like you or deal with your enemies is to, guess what? You have to bless those people. You have to bless them. That is what Jesus said out of his own mouth, to bless people who despitefully use you and do things to you. And that can be hard for people to do, especially when you're dealing with people. That's hard. Who's going to bless somebody that is clearly doing them wrong, rather on the job, rather in a relationship, rather in just in life, period? Like, who's going to actually bless a person who isn't for you? Well, that's what Jesus said to do. Jesus said to bless those who do things to you. And how do you do that? Well, first of all, how do you bless people? Like Jesus said in Matthew 5:44. How do you bless them? Well, think of blessings like the opposite of a curse. Clearly, when we're mad at somebody, or somebody has offended us, or someone does not like us, or we're dealing with people that are against us, the first thing we want to do is throw out, it's like a clap back at them. It's like a lot of times we clap back at them, and we'll say things like, you're going to get it, or I'm going to get you. And in a way, that's kind of like cursing them. But the opposite of cursing is blessing. Because when you bless somebody, you actually do what Jesus tells you to do, and you put the power in his hands. Now, I know most people will say, well, what does Jesus mean when he be saying bless people? Well, like, I'm gonna talk about that maybe in another video about blessings, because in Matthew 5, and Jesus on Mount Olivet talking about blessings, and that's that level of blessings. And a lot of people equate blessings with a tangible thing, a material thing, a house, or having these type of people around you. Or that is a blessing. That's a blessing. That's a level of blessing. But that ain't what he's talking about in this instance. So let's just be clear about that. When he's talking about blessings, blessing your enemies and those that persecute you, he ain't talking about go and get them something. Like you give them, unless he tell you to give them something, then you do what he tell you. But he ain't talking about a material thing at all in that moment. He is actually saying, you put it over in my Father's hands. Now vengeance will be mine. And I will deal with that person how need be. But when you bless them, you actually empower yourself How do I empower myself? Well, you did what Jesus said by blessing your enemies. So now, when you see them, you bless them every time you see them. Now when you see them, you don't have the weight on you or the hate that you feel towards them, because now God has given you a level of understanding. Even if you don't understand why that person's doing that, or even if they're doing that to you, because you like saving your own self mentally and emotionally by blessing others. It gives you power when you bless them, as opposed to you cursing them and wishing them bad. You actually, because can't nobody get people the way God can. Can't nobody fix them like God can. So you have actually done what the Father told you to do. Bless them. Now you put the power in His hands, and He's going to deal with it. Because, see, now you bless them, which is forgiving them, too, which is hard. But God, Jesus, talks about forgiving people, your enemies, because it makes you, because forgiveness is important, because it keeps you from being in your feelings about, it keeps you from being in your feelings about the situation. When you bless that person, it gives the power to God, and you help yourself in the end, and it gives power to you, but it helps you by giving power to you. So instead of clapping back or seeking revenge, you bless them. God bless you. You got it. You will shock them by that kind of response. They thought you was going to clap back at them. You didn't give them the response they thought that you was going to give them. That's the kind of response you want to give them by blessing them. Because that's what Jesus said to do. That's why you bless them. Jesus knows everything. He knows everything about that person. He knows why that person is acting the way they act. That's why you bless them. He knows what's going on behind the scenes. And that's why you bless them. You don't get mad at a person like that. You bless them. And you forgive them. Jesus knows why, Bullies, all that, people, a weakness. They used to use people coming back at them. They used to people standing up to them. And when you don't, it may seem like you're weak. And I ain't saying that nobody walk over you, abuse you, or nothing like that. Because clearly there's power in walking away. Clearly there is power in turning the other cheek, which is something Jesus said too. That's why you bless people. They'll need you before you need them. That's how God gets the glory. You didn't even know that. Didn't even know but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to let you see another way to this thing. Because clearly people going to say stuff and you ain't going to like them. Clearly they going to say something to you because they don't like you. They don't look at you, seen you coming, and analyze you, and people like you. But if you not get offended and not let that get to you and say, okay, well, I bless you, that gives them a hope. Wait a minute now. I done said all this stuff about her. She blessed me? What does that mean? They ain't used to that. See, Jesus already know. That's how you show love on the slick tip. You ain't even know. All that Jesus tells you is to bless. I'm telling you. Jesus knows, honey. He knows. He knows. That's why he said it. That's how you deal with your enemies. You bless them. And it will be so surprising to them. It puts you because you need to be in a good headspace when you're dealing with people. You don't need to be mad at them as little thing they say. They reject you, they don't like you, they your enemy, they got this. You bless them. And if there's some other necessary things that need to be done, then God will help you deal with that. Like if you're dealing with I'm assuming you're dealing with a husband that treats you bad, you blessing them, but you may have to take some other necessary steps to get away from them. Not dealing with no abuse, no physical abuse, and no emotional abuse. But if In the case that you walk away, don't walk away grudge hearted. If Jesus said you get out of it, don't bless them. Because now it's like a clean slate. I had all that emotional turmoil, all that unforgiveness. I was mad. I wanted to curse them, wanted to get back at them, wanted to clap back, and I just blessed them and walked away. That gives you power. You didn't even know how powerful it is to bless somebody. That's how you deal with your enemy. You bless. And trust me, I know. That's what Jesus told me to do with people. You don't say bad, or that's what they expect. Really. No. You see them coming. You might look at them. You might be a little reluctant to go to them. But hug them and say, bless you. God bless you. I love you. They'll be so shocked. They won't even know. Then the guilt will sink in. Because if Jesus have anything to do with it, He going to shine. He going to show them persons themselves. So that person, you're going to get away from them, or He's going to get that person away from you. But that is how you deal with your enemy. And I'm looking at it from a spiritual context as well. That's what I'm doing. Like I said, there's sometimes when people do you wrong, you have enemies, you got to get away from them. Don't stay in no domestic situation. Don't stay where you know you're going to get hurt. You seek out that help you need, because that's the necessary stuff. But in that, don't take that weight with you into another situation. Bless that person and walk away and just pray on it. It ain't. Is it going to be easy? No. But it's absolutely necessary. It's necessary that you walk away with a clean heart, so you can have the right spirit. See, y'all in the Bible, but the Bible, God knows something. Jesus knows something. When He say, it's a reason. I'm telling you. So, with that being said, you have to bless your enemy. You have to bless those that persecute you and use you and do things to you and say all these things about you. That's how you deal with it. You'll be surprised how the outcome turned out. You'll be surprised if you just bless your enemies, because they need it. If they mean like that, they doing that to you, doing stuff to you, they need that blessing. And there's another thing. I know people equate blessings with material things, houses, cars, and things like that, and I'm blessed. But those things give people a level of pride, which is something that God don't like. True blessing will be giving your enemy a ride in their car. You ain't need to know nothing about that. You ain't need to know I was going to say that. The true blessing will be inviting that enemy. Not everybody. You can't invite a murderer and all those kinds. You can't invite everybody to your house. But you give them a plate at the very house that God gave you. Because everything is His. That's how you bless your enemies. Oh, just like trigger somebody. Just like what that girl know a lot, because Jesus told me. It's right there in His word. He'll tell you too. He ain't going to tell me nothing that you can't go in the word and find yourself. Spirit and truth. Trust me. This is how I do. Because to be honest, and I ain't trying to offend nobody, you thinking blessings is a house, and blessings is a new husband and a new wife and a new outfit and the fact that I lost weight. But when you think about it, do you really need another house? Do you really need? Is it really any of those things that will get you into heaven? I'm talking to those that believe. And even if you don't believe, by the time you listen to me and you listen to this, I pray that you do believe. But listen to Jesus in me. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying. So don't listen thinking, who is she? And she ain't nobody because she's listening to. That's not even what it's about with Jesus. He wants the one that believe in him. They're going to bring the other people to him to believe in him. He'll deal with them accordingly. It's not for me to try to tell them what they're doing wrong. He'll deal with them. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But like I'm saying, y'all there think that blessings are in material thing and a tangible thing, that's a deceitful mindset right there to think that is all their blessings are. That could be a part of it. I'm thankful for that stuff. But a lot of that stuff is out of pride. You know, that's another video for later. A lot of that's out of pride. Because really, a person that focuses on Jesus could care less about any of that. Because I'd rather have my soul right. So when we say something about blessings, stop deceiving people that it's just a car and a house and money and status and because I travel all over the world. That has nothing to do with blessings at all. Though you think that it do. I'm just saying. Because like I'm saying again, do you really need another car? Do you really need another person to be blessed? Do you really need all that stuff to be blessed to show people on social media what you do out of pride? And a lot of people think pride is just, I'm not going to talk to that person. That's pride, but there's a different level of pride too. Sometimes we do things that we be doing out of pride. Talking about we blessed so we can show the whole world. Because when you focus on Jesus, you might feel some kind of way you see people, but you focus on Jesus, you already know that half of that stuff is fake. And you'll trigger the ones that don't like it, but it is what it is. There's a lot of videos you might not like that I'm going to do, but we'll say that for another time and place. I just want y'all to know how to deal with your enemies. This is the main way you deal with them. Because you're going to meet them everywhere you go. Somebody don't like you. You the main enemy you ain't even trying to. I'm just saying. So, blessings. Like I said, God can give blessings with a material thing. Yeah, He can. But He wants you to bless others with it. And not necessarily give everybody a ride, but, give Him the glory some kind of way in it. Whatever He tell you to do. Maybe He wants you to start a business. Maybe He wants you to help somebody. Maybe He don't want you to just do nothing but be able to get to work. That's what the car's for. Or that's the house is for you to live in and maybe help somebody that need a place. Who knows? Because that's up to God. That's when you and God. I'm just saying, how to deal with your enemies? The main way is just to bless them. Because vengeance is mine, says the Lord. And blessing for those that worship the Spirit is true. True blessing is a spiritual thing, not a tangible one. I'll talk about that in another video about the blessings that Jesus talked about on Mount Olives, about blessed. He gave me some revelation about that. Y'all stay blessed. And bless your enemies. Bless those that use you. Bless those that persecute you. Because now when you bless them, you get that person over to God, and He can deal with them. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. Trust me, it ain't easy. But you'll be surprised if somebody made you bad and did something, and you just say, I just bless you. That means you done forgave them, and you operating from a place of love, which Jesus tells you to do. But now you done gave it over to Him, who will deal with them accordingly. So y'all have a good Lover's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Thank you for listening to me. There's more videos to come, and I won't keep you waiting. So, if you want to see some other videos, you can like, subscribe, comment. If you disagree or you don't agree, hey, I'm here for you. And like I said, follow me as I follow Jesus. Because there's nothing I'm saying to you that you ain't going to find in the Word for yourself. If you seek and you find them, and that's what He said. So, with that being said, y'all have a great day. I didn't even mean to be this long on the video, not video, my recordings. I didn't even mean to be that long, but I thank y'all for listening, and y'all have a great Valentine's Day. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.